Kyren Lacy's mom says she does not want to hear people's late apologies when she absolutely told people her son was not guilty of what people were saying that he was guilty of. And as much as she, advocated, as much as she, begged and pleaded people to understand what was actually happening, she watched his world crumble. And the fact that people took the word of those who took an oath to serve and protect. And like she says, no amount of anything will bring him back, and it won't. And I hope, as strong as we see her being, as his former teammates go to hug her, during various events and things, that she absolutely finds the strength, or someone gives her the strength, to sue every fucking person involved, because her baby should still be here. And if you aren't familiar with the Kyren Lacy case, basically he was getting ready to face a grand jury for a myriad of felony hit and run charges for an accident that he absolutely did not fucking cause. And now all of the information is out. And unfortunately, he is not here to see that. He is not here to give his mom a hug, to, have that bright smile, to, share in the dances, all the things that she enjoyed with her baby, she will no longer have. And she said one of the things that she has to continue to replay is the fact that he was just like, Mom, why don't people believe me? Now, we all know, as a mother of a black child in this country, already as a black woman in this country, but to bring up a black child, to get him to the level of which Kyren Lacy was at, is no easy feat. And to have that all taken away by people who took an oath who swore in to protect and serve. Because the Louisiana State Police stated in a lengthy report that Kyren Lacy was recklessly passing multiple vehicles at a high rate of speed, crossing the center line and onto oncoming traffic, and he was the reason for the accident that unalived Herman Hall. And that's, someone that was beloved to that area. So, of course, they were like, oh, held responsible for this, but the person who absolutely needs to be held responsible is the person driving that second car. Now, if you know anything about this attorney, Matthew Ory, he said it didn't matter how long it was going to take him with this case. He was determined to clear Kyren Lacy's name, because he stated, all the while, he was like, his client did not cause this accident. And as you know, many of you all have seen the video that has come out that has absolutely shown, where his car was in terms of this accident. And again, he was in his lane and 100 yards back. So he was nowhere even in the vicinity of this accident when it occurred. But here's the thing. He now has, all of the information that was, in the hands of the DA's office, showing the officers who were sworn in to serve and protect go in and try to coerce the people as to what to say in the statement. Now, again, you see exactly what's happening here.
Sure. Indicating that I need you to say that you had to slam on your brakes and you had to avoid a charger.
Okay, just make sure you add in there that you had to slam on your brakes, and the brakes, like, you had to slam on the brakes to avoid that charger, and the brakes locked up to avoid that charger. That's.
But then you hear Gold Truck, the witness who's the Gold Truck, what he says. And he says verbatim.
I ain't skid mark or nothing. I wasn't even going for it. That lady in the back of me, she didn't saw what's happening. That's how she called that record. She was running in the back of me. She pulled on the other side, and that's not in it.
I didn't skid marked or nothing because I wasn't even going that fast. That lady in the back of me, she didn't see what's happening. That's how she caused that wreck. She was going to run into the back of me, and she pulled into the other side.
As you can see on the body cam footage, he absolutely is telling him what to say. But here's where shit gets a little bit sticky, is when the attorney goes to pull those reports and stuff, that report does not reflect what was said in that little instance with them. And where it's supposed to be signed, it says refused. So basically they went in and filled in what the fuck they wanted to say, because they just knew that this little man over here was being too honest, and it did not fit the narrative of what they were trying to paint, because none of this stuff was ever, out when Kyren was alive. So here leads another thing. And when I tell you that this attorney has done everything but turn over the fucking son in this, baby, hands down, 100 grand. If you need somebody, I'm gonna say y'all need to go find him and absolutely have him represent you in any case, because this man got, went through everything as far as the black box to the vehicles, and saw that what that man said in the gold truck that said he wasn't going that fast, he was going 28 miles an hour. He really wasn't going that fast. When he said he didn't make a skid mark, he really didn't make a skid mark. But you know who was going real fast? That second car. Yeah, because her black box stated that within that time frame, she was going about 49.6 miles an hour. And she obviously was not paying attention. She didn't even tap her brakes. And that's the thing that, the attorney brought up. He was like, if you saw a car coming across the center line or whatever, coming head on to your direction, and in no time you don't hit the brake, he was like, make that shit make sense. Also, in her black box report, it stated that she was tailgating right up into the accident, like 5 seconds. So, like that man said, who was trying to just be honest, bless his little old sweet soul, because he was just like, look, I was going like, he's like, I wasn't going fast enough. He's like, I didn't even make no skid marks or whatever. He was like, but that lady behind me is who caused that accident. He absolutely said that. But they were so quick to put this on Kyren Lacy, so much that that young man could not bear the weight of all of this. And the way people were talking about him online, this is why we say, try to wait until all the facts come out. Try to, really see what is going on, because what things are and what they appear to be are two different things. And the fact of the matter is, you had people who were supposed to be unbiased in the situation, who were supposed to gather the facts, did not do that. And now we have a young man who, on April the 12th, there was a incident where he got into an argument with a family member, and the police were called out. Unfortunately, he left before then, and he's no longer with us. But the thing that bothers me the most is listening to his mom say, Mom, why didn't they believe me? And knowing that that could be any one of us. And, we are tired of being strong. We are tired of being the ones that, have to continuously go through these situations. We are tired of being the ones who have to, lead others through the charge of, this is what I went through, so now this is what, you have to go through, or whatever the case may be, because we know that things like this will probably happen again. But again, at this point, I hope that lawsuits come, because these people need to absolutely feel it. They need to feel it monetarily, because that's the only way they're gonna feel it. And go as far as those bonds. And y'all know we have talked about those bonds that these police officers carry, because this right here was just so unacceptable, so full of hatred, so full of racial bias. Because why did you pin this on this young man when you knew he didn't do it? Many prayers to his mom, because y'all, America's not a real place, and this is just always woven into the history, the fabric of this country.
Like and subscribe to Mom's channel.